Okie dokie. Think I am alive. Looks good, looks good. OBS is running, says we have good connection. Looks like we are in business. Very cool. Hope everyone's having a good night tonight. I'm just chilling. Gonna do a little bit of Overwatch fantasy, or OWCS, I should say, fantasy research. You know, I figured I'm gonna do this anyway. I'm gonna spend like a lot of time researching and trying to find combinations of players that I'm interested in, and I might as well stream it since I have the time. So I am here. Hit chips on tank, that'd be epic. What up, Cookie Man? What up, Phantom? What up, Penguin? So yeah, I'm gonna take some time. I don't know how long we'll be live for, but I'm just gonna research various combinations that we could use. For those who don't know, we are having Overwatch Fantasy for the OWCS playoffs. It was an unexpected surprise. Really happy to see it back. If you haven't signed up, I highly, highly recommend it. You know, the leaderboard is reset here for this playoff, so everyone's at an equal playing ground, if you will. Yeah, Edward, it seems like a nightmare. I haven't researched yet. Yeah, this is all regions. This is everything, Adam. It's for the OWCS Stockholm, Sweden playoffs. All teams are included. What up, Santa Pig? It'd be hilarious if you could make it all Weibo players, but you can only do 2 of one team at a time. Only be here for a few, going to bed soon. Sounds good, Penguin. Just pick the full team Peps roster, imagine. But, yeah, what was I saying? It's going to be split into 2 phases. I have the screenshot. No, there it is. So for all the games here in blue, it's what you get on the first phase. So you're going to have that lineup for these games here. And then after those first few days are up, you're allowed to make some changes to your roster. And that will be for this final phase with the last remaining games. So the idea is to have guys that are going to play a lot of games, ideally. Especially for the first part. Another ideal thing is obviously guys who are going to win a lot, because that's going to mean more positive points than if you're getting your butt kicked, obviously. What's up, Keon? What's going on, man? Good to see everyone in chat. I know this is very last second. So, I think before I start building the team, I'm just gonna, like, write out some goals for myself, just so we can try and stay organized. I got a little Google Doc here. So, first goal is absolutely going to be to have successful players on each phase. That will. 2, I've made a tendency of going a little crazy on the budget baller type of identity, where I get players who end up getting screwed over in the end, or I screw myself over with certain players, I should say. Like, I've gone with Dildux players and stuff before, just trying to survive. So my next idea to go from phase 1 to 2 is to avoid budget hell. No balling on a budget. Heard FD got the greatest main support of all time. Hashtag France. Yeah. I'm doing all right, Keon. I'm doing all right. Sorry about the Giants. Yeah, it is what it is. They've been fun to watch, so I can't complain too much. You need hard carry players. I think tank is really hard if you get 1 tank. If you get 2, it's a little easier. Yeah, you only get 1 tank. It's just a team of 5. To include the S tier DPS player architect. I mean, if he was at Stockholm, then sure, man. Okay, so I want to get successful players on each phase. Avoid budget hell. I'm looking definitely for high healing output / carry support players, because that's what helps you rack up the points for support. A guy like CJ, who kind of just like does both. I'm sure like a guy like Fielder, for example, could be really, really good for fantasy. I don't even want to imagine, to be honest with you. I definitely want at least one... No, actually, no. Let me rephrase that. It's from what I've heard about meta, it seems like hit scan's in a really good spot, and that should be an emphasis for DPS. So I'm gonna try and prioritize hit scan carries if possible. Proper to expensive Fielder's the way to go for an expensive pick. CJ's an absolute steal for phase 1. That's what I'm thinking too. I don't recommend putting me on your fantasy roster. I mean, technically you'd get 0 points, which could be better than negative. So, I mean, you do you, man. Gaga Aprita top dragon FD god shoe. Anyone has the link for fantasy? I'll give you, hold on, I'll put one in the chat. OW fantasy. Oh, yeah. I'll throw a link in chat for you. Hold on. Just sign up through that and start building your team. Is there a map pool for the finals? There is indeed. It seems like there's a good mix where you could play, you know, dive-centric maps, but then there's a lot of maps that are kind of more so catered towards the boots on the ground. There's a good little mix going on. But, based on, where's the screenshot I'm looking for? This one, you know, there's a Psycho interview, which I'm kind of using as a basis here. And, it seems like ground tanks are going to be pretty good. Koreans can still play dive, but seems like a lot of Diva, Czar, Ram is on the agenda, which is absolutely going to favor certain teams over others. Ashe could be included for the hit scan because she's pretty good. Flex DPS play, whatever. There's going to be a lot of Kiri, which is important. A lot more of her because she's broken. Wu Yang, if he gets playtime, you know, guys that are good at him could be a steal for fantasy. So those are some of the things I'm trying to keep in mind. Where was I? What other goals could I lay out? Why am I getting cold? Okay, anyway, sorry about that. Hawk and Ziad could be good. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, what other things am I gonna try and prioritize? I think I got most of the baselines out of the way. I definitely want to try, though, if I can, to, you know, potentially bring on players good for both phases. So I might try and get like one really good player minimum, like from a top tier team at least. Jonathan, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it.
At Jonathan Secatero 2585.
There's a map pool involved. I would take into account the maps. Okay, I could actually put that up for you. Hold on. There is a very good balance, so I think it is a very balanced map pool. So, like, honestly, whoever is the higher seed who gets that first map pick is probably going to be at a big advantage, like, once we get down to the good teams that are left. Obviously, it doesn't matter that much in the early phases, but when strategy really starts to become important, whoever has first pick is going to have a big advantage on paper. But, like, yeah, you can see, like, Nepal, you could play either style. I mean, I think it more so favors the grounded stuff. You know, Ilios is very dive-centric. Busan, you know, there's phases of the map where you can do both. You know, like, King's Row is more boots on the ground. Blizz World, you can play a bit more dive. Midtown, you can do a little both. Dorado, obviously very dive-heavy. Shambhali's more ram. Root, dive, maybe except for, like, Point C. Runasapi, New Queen Street. Push, you kind of just play what you want. And then same with Flashpoint. I'm just expecting Gushue carry. I'm sure there will be moments where he does. I'm thinking Infective, Pineapple, Merit, Chio, CJ Phase 1. That sounds like a pretty promising team on paper. Probably don't want to pick any crazy Raccoon, Twisted Minds players if you're trying to points max. Ideally, they play only one game each in the first stage. That is a good point. Very fair point. Rosters ride or die on China. Interesting. Gushue, Monk, and Kaneki. Put in Faker. Alright, who stay for... Bring on players. Bring on good players who can stay. Good players. How about good lower end budget players? Good lower end budget players who can stay on for both phases. Don't pick player who played once for stage. Crazy Raccoon, Twisted Minds, Liquid, Weibo. Yeah, no, you're probably right. I feel like the teams who don't have a first round bye are the ones you want to prioritize. Let me understand this. If the team wins their matches, their points will go up, and if they lose, they'll go down. Not necessarily. So it all has to do with like your stats in game. Like winning and losing is obviously going to help, because if you're winning a lot of the time, obviously you're going to have better points. But sometimes losers, they can carry and they'll still put up good performances. It's just like usually you want to go after the winners more so, because obviously they're more likely to get decent points. Moved away from watching Pro Watch after all collapsed. I've recently gotten back into it because of your videos. I appreciate that, Henry. Thank you. What time are the schedules for the match? Oh, God. Yeah, I'm going to be attempting to stream these. It's very, very early. I'm pretty sure the first game's at like 6 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, CC versus T1 is 6 a.m. Eastern time. It's going to be rough. Anyway, I think these are the main goals I'm going to try and keep in mind. So, with that said, let's look at what we can build here. It's enough stalling. So we have a 100-point budget to work with here. The usual. Does this look okay, or should I zoom in? That's good enough. Okay. So let's just take a gander through some of our options at each position. Get a little feel for this, because I have not looked at it like at all, aside from a few things. So understandably so, the most expensive tanks are Junbin and Donghak, and I think that makes a lot of sense. 23 is kind of a lot though. T1 players are actually maybe not the worst idea though, because they're probably going to play a fair number of games. They're playing what, like gonna play at least 2. I'd say at Twisted Minds there's a good chance they beat T1, so T1 could actually play a fair number of games in the early phase. So unlike what I initially thought, there's actually a chance they can make a decent little lower bracket run and farm some points. So I mean, like, if you want to points max on Donghak, I guess you could, but keep in mind we get 6 more points going into phase 2 during the trade. Also important. Yeah, we know Peps won't do anything, but Dit will probably have really good stats against SGSG. Yeah, it's probably not worth going for Peps players, though, because, you know, there's a good chance they get blown out, unfortunately. Ziad is 22. Ziad is usually a pretty good point farmer, but again, 22 just feels like a lot. Hawk seems like not a bad option. He absolutely farmed in stage 3, and from what we're hearing, Diva and Zar are good, which should favor him a lot. As you can see, like, he gets really good points. 45, 38, like, this dude goes crazy. Taking one Falcons player phase 1 is very okay. I mean, yeah, I probably am going to avoid Hanbin and someone, that's for sure, because, like, splitting playtime is not ideal. You want tanks that are getting all the playtime. Max being at 21, that feels like a death sentence. I mean, then again, with Zarya and D.Va being good, maybe he plays more, but Junbin just feels like such a integral part of the team. KSA, I'd also avoid. TVNT is going to get the playtime. TVNT at 21 is actually not half bad. Freaking got 40.5 against Katsuya, bro, and then 31 in their other finals game. Hawk is favored in most of his matchups too, so good points there. Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point, right? He's playing Pep, so that should be a differential there. I mean, they're going to lose to Crazy Raccoon, obviously, after that, but then that means they're going to go right back down to lower bracket, where they should get some more, you know, somewhat favorable matches on paper. Infected, okay, yeah, I gotta say, Infected at 19 is pretty insane, but it is a little risky to play a Liquid player in the first phase, or in general, to be honest with you. That is very tempting, though, because Infected is very, very flexible. I'll have to wonder how he can do in this meta. He's gonna maybe have to pick some things up on the fly, I'd think. Obviously, he can play Ram, and they're gonna maybe play a little dive, but if this idea of, like, Czar and D.Va is a thing, it may not be as good for him. Like, just from the looks of it, I mean, Liquid, their very first game after a bye is going to be against Falcons. And we sure as hell know they're not beating them, I'd like to imagine. So, if that happens, then they're going down to here, and they would most likely be playing who? So match 8 is here. Match 4, so they play Team Peps. So that's a favorable match after getting their butts handed to them by Falcons. But, like, that's only like one match. They're gonna have to play another one later in the day. And I think there's a decent possibility they're playing like T1 there, and that, I mean, I think they can beat them personally, but I don't feel great about it. It's mostly cope. I do think, though, Infected could hold his own against Donghack, though, because, like, it plays more up to what Infected likes to play. He's someone to keep in mind, but I'm worried that a Falcons game is going to really tank his points. I'm going to keep Infected in the back of my mind, though. Kuffa, I'm probably going to avoid his points. He hasn't really been doing as good lately. Chase, obviously, don't want. Gaga, meh. It's actually interesting that Gaga is the same amount as Billading, or however you say his name, because he plays a lot of the Czar and stuff. Gushui doesn't look half bad at 20. He does have the first round bye. Okay, let me think about it like this, right? So here are guys I want to look at. Guys who play right off the bat on day one. So Hawk. There's Hawk, don't want a Peps player. There's Hawk. I don't really want Cuff up, so I'm going to eliminate him. So no GK, no Peps. We already established Ziad's a little pricey at 22. Donghack is expensive also. Don't want a CC tank. This is kind of hard. Tank is actually really difficult. Hawk right now is seeming like a very appealing option though at 21. So like let's just say for right now we slide him in there, right? I think Hawk is in a pretty decent place to perform. So let's just have him there as a placeholder. So now let's look at our DPS. So proper is worth, oh, Jesus Christ, 25 points. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't make him 26, like just to break records. 25 is nuts. I love me some proper, but I ain't going anywhere near that. Wow. Lip is someone that I'm definitely looking at maybe on the last day, probably not the first day. Checkmate at 22 may not be horrible, because I get the feeling Sim could at least be okay. It just depends on how much you trust in Katsuya to make a run. I like their odds against GK minimum. Maybe they lose to Weibo. Maybe they beat them. Seems like a few winnable games, but if that's the case, if they do win 2 in a row, you know, you only get 2 games for the first phase. I don't know. No joke, I believe Team Liquid can beat Falcons because GK went to map 5 with them and Team Liquid is better than GK. I suppose, but Falcons just feel locked into me. Falcons in playoff time are no joke. They don't really choke those. Zest, low-key. Zest and Proud are not bad options. Zest kind of farms on Tracer, but Proud, he could do some work, maybe. 21 is pretty decent for, like, a more hit scan favored meta. Because, like, there is a world where they could beat Twisted. I don't expect them to, but they could. They very well could. Or at least perform well against them. So, let's say he farms CC, does okay in a loss to Twisted, goes down to lower bracket, then likely plays well in another game. That makes him a fairly decent choice here, at least in my honest opinion. Like, 21 ain't bad. What else we got? Quartz, though. Oh, God. Quartz, bruh. Quartz and Proud both being 21 is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Quartz is so tempting. Like, I know he may not play that many games on, like, the first phase, but just having him there for, like, both phases, just having his carry performances there in their entirety could be a really smart move. He's just consistent. Like, he doesn't always put up dummy points, but he's relatively consistent. And you can't say that for all guys, especially because we've never had the Korean players, let's say, in Fantasy before. So you don't know if they're gonna, like, farm the same way points-wise or not. You should use the Pick'ems website for bracket rather than the OWCS image. That's not a bad idea, actually. OWCS. World Finals. Join Pick'ems now. This will be very helpful. Okay, we're switching to this instead of the blank bracket, I think. This will be good. So we can envision it more. Let's think about how it would go in, like, the first round or two, right? That'll probably help. So, like, let's just say, it doesn't matter the score. SSG win. Let's say Katsuya probably win. Let's say T1 win. Let's say Falcons win. Let's say Falcons win. Let's say TM win. Let's just say Katsuya win, and then Crazy Raccoon. Okay, so this is what we want. Just say bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, that looks better. Just as an example. Anyway. So, like I was saying, Quartz. They get a first round bye. So, like, it sucks because, like, if they just, like, win against T1, then they only get one game on the first phase, but they might go on, like, a decent little run for themselves, because let's just say they lose to Falcons here, then they'd probably play, like, 1, 2, so, like, 3... They might play, like, 4 to 5 games, which isn't awful. Courts might be a good day 2 pickup, but I'm worried his points are going to go up. You got to think about the future a little bit in this. I really do like Courts as like a long-term option. That's like a good carry hit scan. I'm just going to throw him on there. Proud is also a pretty good day 1 pick, so this is just an example. I'm just trying to fill it out to get a feel for things right now. There's not going to be any price changes. Okay, that's really good to know. That makes me more tempted to save Chorus for a different day. So another DPS that we can go alongside him. Sugar-free trust for stage 1. Sugar-free at 21 feels like a steal. Sugar-free and Zera both at 21 is nice, but like Sugar-free, it might be able to farm, but the thing is, I definitely don't want to have both Sugar-free and Hawk, because I'm thinking, a lot of people seem to think the same way, is that CJ is like a must-have. He's 20 points, and he absolutely farms win or loss. CJ absolutely farms on Kiri. He's just a points machine. Like, look at these numbers he's putting up. 52, 52, 50. Like, how could you not want to have CJ on your team in this scenario? You know what I mean? Because they're going to beat Peps, and I think even in a losing effort against Crazy Raccoon, he could still go positive. Like, they can get smoked, and he still might put up at least a couple of points. And then, obviously, they're going to beat Varel, so he's going to get points there. And I'd say whether it was like CC, Weibo... Actually, it doesn't even matter. Give them CC, Weibo, Katsuya, GK. I think Space Station could literally beat any of them, potentially, or at least be competitive with them. CJ's like such a good day 1 pickup. Like, I feel like I have to have him on my team, personally. We can do more on that after. So, like, we could have Hawk on tank, or we could have Sugar-free. So, I think 2 SSG might be the play. Double SSG for their points, for their cost, is pretty promising. The only issue is we are running out of points, so, like, there's gonna have to be a guy that's, like, under 20 on the team. Are there any worthwhile DPS under 20? There's... Oh, God. There's Maimon. Shy is 19? Hey, yo. Chronic's 18. Instead of Sugar-free, I could go Chronic. Huh. Pineapple is 17's low-key kind of sick. Pineapple and Kaneki that low? Wow. Shy at 19 is extremely tempting. Hawk greater than Lenny, no question. You're probably right. Only plays 1 match in the stage, though. Well, that's only if they win their first game, right? I'm fairly certain it's only if they were to win this game. Because if they lost them, they're down here. And all of the... This is all phase 1 here, so... I guess it depends on how highly you rate Weibo. I personally don't think Weibo are that good. That's just my opinion. But it is risky, though. Definitely is risky, because they definitely could pull out a win versus Katsuya or GK, without question. They're more than good enough, too. Shy's gonna be on my radar, though. That's not bad. I hope CC are competitive against T1, but from what I've heard, they've done very, very poorly against them in scrims. Okay, so guys that I think are very good potential options if you want a budget DPS are Chronic, maybe Shy. Liquid I'm a little scared of. Sugar Free ain't bad for 21. There's some options there. I definitely think I need to go more towards hit scan though, so like Proud, Shy, Chronic. Scrims are extremely different from actual match. I agree with you, but CC have literally, like, their players have said they've only won a single map versus T1 in scrims. One. Well, that's not a great sign. Okay, so support. Let's think support now. I remember during Al, you didn't support Team After the Valley. Is that same for OWCS? No, I'm actually a Team Liquid fan now. He's also screwing from China on ping. That's a disadvantage. These teams boot camping have a leg up. T1 is the potential team, yeah, without question. Let me look at supports though now. Are there any like budget support players? Monk at 18 feels pretty nice because Monk on LAN, if you know, you know. Admiral I've had before. He doesn't really put up points that consistently. Lep, I mean, like, I've had him. He's done okay at times. Bunny Astro at 19 is very tempting. Flex support is 1000% better because they just farm on Kiriko. Bunny Astro at 19 just feels very tempting because he can play the Yang, and Yang actually gets some points. Vega as well can play the Yang and get some points. Vega and Astro at 19 are pretty nice budget options who are fairly reliable. Liquid is, again, is a bit more risky, but you never know. I think those guys could go on a little run, maybe. Chorong's at 21. Landon's at 21. Landon absolutely farms always. Except for this finals game where he went minus 1.5. Goddamn. Chio 21 might actually be a good, like, second half pickup. What tank would be worse than Hawk and cheaper? Or would be better than Hawk? I need to read. Not many. Infected is, like, low-key not bad, but I'm a little worried of what happens if Liquid just, like, lose to T1 and then don't put up a fight against Falcons, you know? Kuffa is at 18 points, but I don't know. I don't love Kuffa in this meta. He was really struggling, I feel like, in those NA tournament games, you know? And I don't love GK's path either. Like, it's gonna be tough. If they get past Katsuya, I feel like Weibo are kind of just better at their own game than they are. I don't know. I'm kind of staying clear of GK players. You can have 2 of anything you want. You can have 2 flex, 2 main, 2 hit scan, whatever you want. Support. Let me go back. So Astro, Vega, Skewed. I don't know how Skewed would do. I love that Ultraviolet's 20. This dude farms. RuPaul low-key ain't bad for 20 either. But again, I need to have somebody that's under 20. Like, I need to have some kind of balance here. I've got to find some guy that works that's under 20. So support, it's like Vega, Funny Astro, Monk. DPS, it's kind of slim pickings. You're going to need to have someone, I think, that's like 20 or more on DPS. Unless you go Shy. Shy 19, Chronic 18. I mean, maybe if you trust GK, you can go Lethal or Maimone if you want. I don't love Leave right now. He's not playing that well. I'm going to avoid him. Lab to 20 ain't the worst, but I don't know. I got Astro because I can keep him next week. That is a smart move, and that's something I'm highly considering. So, like, let's just have a placeholder. It's like Astro, CJ. Astro, CJ, so that's like 39. I would love to have Quartz as well, but maybe I transfer for him the other phase. Monk is a sleeper pick. Is he really that good at Kiriko, though? I don't know. He never really stands out to me when he plays Kiriko. Can he farm on Kiri? I think you need at least one Crazy Raccoon Falcons player if you want to do well. Well, I can. That's the thing. I can go for one of them in the second half, maybe, because like you get +6 on the second phase, so that's when I could transfer out for like a good Crazy Raccoon player. On the first phase, it's a bit harder to make it work. Especially because I don't really know what the best, like, cheap option would be of a Crazy Raccoon or a Falcons. Probably a support player, no? Chorong, I guess? Chorong at 21? Chio 21? The tanks are a little too expensive. Been watching you since 2020. Keep up the good work. What are you up to post college? I'm trying to find a job right now, bro. Appreciate you supporting me. Taking Chio personally because he's cheap and should farm Wednesday. Yeah, that's true. He probably will do well, but is it worth it to keep him for the second phase? Probably, yeah. I mean, Falcons are probably going to play a good number of games on the second phase that'll make up for it. What's up, Shino? How you doing, man? So let's just say I had a hypothetical Chio. What if I had all propers? Imagine. I hope Shu gets his ring too, man. He deserves it. A hypothetical Chio CJ backline would not be that bad. But then I'm gonna have to try and scrounge for, you know, a cheap player elsewhere. How about like a hypothetical Shy? Then that leaves me with like maybe a 20-20 split here. Unless I go in... Infected and then like... Sports maybe? This is like a hypothetical I could run. Excluding Crazy Raccoon Falcons, who could possibly win finals. Twisted Minds, I think, are going to be really good. Only need to keep 2 players from phase 1 to phase 2. Shouldn't be difficult. True. Donghack, Pineapple, Merit, Lep, Vega. Okay, okay. I see the vision. Going all in on that Donghack pick and Merit as well. Merit's probably going to farm too. Oh, Merit would be a really good day 2 pick. Merit or Lip, either one. Yeah, I'm thinking I want Quartz on my team. I'd like to have him, I think, for both days. You know, I think having that +6 makes it though, so it's better to like go like somewhat cheaper on the first day, on the first phase rather. Oh, Phantom did very well in Fantasy. Man, if GK could play well, I'd love to have Ultraviolet, man. Okay, so what do you guys think? What do you guys think? If I definitely want Quartz and CJ, I think. I think I've decided. Those are like two guys I'd really like to have. What do I do alongside them to make this work? Giving a wingman would be free money. Perhaps, perhaps. Say go with like a budget monk here. Budget monk, like Weibo end up playing well. I could have 41 to play with now. And then, like, what if I, like, go Hawk, right? Go Hawk. Hawk Court CJ Monk. And then I just need a DPS that's worth 20 or less. There's Tree, Labda, Leave, or Shy, maybe? Doesn't sound that bad. The only problem is sometimes Tree kind of trolls in Fantasy. Like, sometimes he goes crazy, but then other times he's just, eh. He puts up 20 a lot, but I'm worried how he does in, like, a losing effort. Like, the last time they lost a game, we did 14. This is tough. I could also sack Quartz maybe and then have him for the other day. But again, like, I don't know. Labda's the best 20-point DPS, no question. I don't know, though. Like, I don't know. Doesn't really get those points. At least not against Twisted. Against other teams, he kind of does. So, like, what if I want the double Saudi DPS, Quartz, Labda, and then, like, I try and split my points here between the tank and support. What's my bracket look like for this tournament? I'll show you real quick. I kind of just put it together for the memes. I'm expecting it to be fully wrong, but it is something like this. This, that, bam, boom, bam, boom. Something like this. I got Crazy Raccoon winning. And then I have some meme picks, like, I think CC are mad underrated, and they might, like, straight up beat Weibo if they play them in the lower bracket. And I'm going full on Cope that Liquid are gonna go on a run and beat some teams. yeah. I got 39 to work with in this equation. So if I go Hawk at 21, that leaves me with just 18 points. And if that's the case, I could go with Lep, Monk, Admiral, Mew. Or obviously I don't want any of these guys. Is it viable to put Koreans right now or just wait for the next rounds? I mean, it all depends on your vision. Honestly, if you could find a way to make it work with your budget, then I say go for it. Everyone's going to have a different mindset and strategy, and, you know, there's going to be varying success levels depending on those strategies. Something like this could be my team. Hawk, Lab, Court, CJ, Monk. But ideally, I'd like to have a little bit of a better option on support. I love me some Monk on land, but I much prefer when he's on Ana. Kiri, I'm not as confident on with him. I would more so love to have Funny Astro here, if I could. But then I'm going to have to sacrifice somewhere else to make it work. And I could sack Labda and get Shy. And I think this team wouldn't be that bad. I think EMEA, especially Katsuya, is getting super overrated. Definitely possible. Monk and Funny Astro. That's low-key not bad for the value. I can't blame you there. You have 3 transfers after the first 2 days. Yeah. True. I'd probably keep Court's Funny Astro and then, like, mess around with this, maybe? Pineapple 100%. Oh, is he worth 18? Oh, yeah. Pineapple at 8. Oh, he's 17. Oh, damn. Get a T1 player. I might. Okay, I'm just gonna write this down. Hold on, I'm gonna put this Team 1. Hawk, Shy, Sports, CJ, Funny Astro. Okay, so that's one team. I've got it written down on this little spreadsheet thing. Chronic is a really good value DPS player. I can't even lie to you. Okay, so let's do a scenario where we get some Korean players on here, right? How much was Simple worth? I didn't even check. Was he, what is he, 21? 22. Yeah, that's pretty fair. Simple farms. Okay, so we were saying it would not be a bad idea to have Proud. So let's say Proud is one of my DPS players. Let's try and base a team around that. FD got on land. It's been quite some time, huh? Proud may actually play a good number of games. Because I think they're losing to Twisted personally. Maybe you guys think differently. But, like, win, L, win, potential win. Most people would say probably likely win, so there should be points on the board for our guy Proud, especially with Freya Soj still looking good. Maybe he can rock the Ashe a little bit. SSG and Reality just need decent performances from their other 3 players, aka no Ajax. Donghack, Proud, Chronic, Monk, and CJ. That team is low-key kind of fire. Okay, so what if I have Proud? Oof, if I have Hawk, I'm already kind of in trouble. Then I'd have to go for like a lower end player here. So like I could go Astro maybe? Astro, I could go like Chronic here. Astro Chronic, that leaves me with 21 for another support, which puts me in a good spot. I could pick up Chio. I don't know if I want 2 main supports, but that is an option. I could also just stick with CJ though. And then, or no, but then I'd have to get rid of like Hawk, let's say. We can make that work, okay. So like CJ, Astro, Chronic, Proud. I could have 22 points to work with potentially at tank. Although to be fair, I don't know if I really want any of these high-end options at tank. I mean, it'd be kind of sick to have like Junbin. But I'd still need another point. Yuffie for 20 is very well priced. I'm just not sure how GK are going to perform, personally. I mean, if you think they're going to go great, if you think they're going to play well, and Yuffie's going to get up points in the process, it's not a bad pickup. Like, let's say GK do, like, end up beating Katsuya, let's say, and then they, I don't know, they, like, lose to Weibo. Then that would put them against CC, who they have a good chance of beating. Could also be SSG. You know, if you're a believer in GK and it works out in your favor, you're going to get mad points if you like pick up Ultraviolet. But again, that entirely depends on how much faith you have in them. They didn't play that great in Stage 3. Don't love where the meta's heading for them either, so... Yeah, no, if they beat Katsuya, if GK beat Katsuya, they're in a great place, I think. But if they lose to them, then things are just a lot more complicated. My Moan is the only one you consider for GK. That's an interesting opinion. I feel like hit skins are like better to go for right now, at least from the outlook I've heard with the meta. Sports Proud. Could I get like a cheap? No, I wanted to have maybe Chronic here, like I was saying. What other DPS? Korean DPS? Lip is Huh. What if? Oh no, but Gushui can like only play Winston. Oh god. I can do that. Yeah, that might be a throw pick, but I guess there is a world where I could put Lip on the team. I don't know if it's the play, but I dumped my money into Lip and Merit, and I'm just building around them. You know, I could see that working. I mean, they're probably gonna pop off, so... It's not a bad play. I can't even lie to you. Your Gushui's been popping off in the scrims. That's good to hear. I do not trust him on anything besides Winston and maybe a little Ram, though. That's the only thing. And, like, I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if he plays Katsuya, he's not winning the Ram mirror. There's just no way. There's just no way. I think Chio is good value and you don't have to swap him out. No trust on Gushui Doom, not in this tournament. Technically, you could go Infected, Proper, Pineapple, Vega, CJ. Yo, that'd actually be kind of crazy. What's the meta? We've heard some very generic statements. It's gonna be like Ram, Diva, Zarya. Some Korean teams are gonna play Dive. Same with the hit, a lot of the usual hit scan. Flex DPS, probably play a lot of Tracer and other things. I've seen like Echo and stuff maybe. Support, it's going to be a lot of Kiri and Wu Yang and Lucio, maybe a little Brig. I think Infected's a good pick. See, like, I'm worried about if this meta comes true. If it's Ram Diva Czar that strong, I don't know how I like Infected here, man. He is flexible, so maybe he could figure it out, but he's got not that much time. Team Liquid's a skip round, so they may not be the best for fantasy. Yeah. A skip round, and then you go straight into Team Falcons, which is not fun. A skip round, you get 3-0'd by Falcons probably, or like, you know, you probably don't put up that much of a fight, I'd imagine. And then, like, you probably beat Peps, and then you maybe beat 2-1, maybe you don't. Chio's been avoiding Wu Yang like the plague. I think that's funny, because, like, he wasn't even that bad at Wu Yang when he played him, no? That makes him a bit less valuable. No, I think that Crazy Raccoon are a lot more susceptible to upsets by Western teams. Falcons usually take care of business. They had that one scare against GK, but besides that, they've done a relatively good job, so I don't know. I think maybe Liquid take a map. I don't think Liquid's not beating Falcons, though. I don't see that happening under any circumstance. I'd be happy if they did, don't get me wrong, but I'm not that confident. Merit with money on the lines of losing battle, real. You think there's a ban path for Falcons? Interesting. Elaborate. I'm interested. Okay, low key. What would a merit lip DPS line be like? And then you just have like a bunch of low cost players. Could that actually work? Like, is that something I could do? Like, just go for super low cost players. No, 6, no, it's not enough. I need to go like even lower with the points. Like Monk. You're running Kuffa? Interesting. Far away. Oh, I don't know about that. Kuffa. Kuffa and then 18 points. You go for like Lep or something. Oh god. This team, this is so cursed, bro. Like Merit and Lip do all the heavy lifting and then everyone else just like maybe does okay. You think proper sugar-free is better than Lip Merit? I mean, it's possible, but everything I'm hearing is like hit scans like in a better place to carry right now. That's just what I'm like. I could technically do a combination of like sugar-free and then like Lip or something. That'd give me a few more points to play with. Getting any Crazy Raccoons players is surely not that good, because if they win every game, then they play 4 games total. Yeah, no, that it is a bit of a risk to go Crazy Raccoon. I can't lie to you, but there is a world where like maybe they lose to Falcons, maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. It might be better to avoid Crazy Raccoon and Falcons players altogether. Like, if they're not going to play that many games, just like focus on the teams that are going to go on a run, but are probably worse than them, like a Twisted Minds. Flip only play one game this phase 2. You can get him with the budget increase. Why get him now? Yeah, that makes sense. Don't be afraid of the -20. I'm very afraid of the -20. I don't like the minus. That stuff scares me. That's too 5-head for me. I just want a simple plan and to stick with it. Okay, so let's say we just avoid Falcons and Crazy Raccoon on the first day. So don't even consider them. Like, if I'm going to get Korean players, I should go for, like, a T1. Or, like, a Korean import. Not Zest, frick. I mean, so let's go back to the Proud idea. I think Proud low-key works well, because I'm expecting him to play a fair number of games. If things go as they should, SSG and team have the best card for points in fantasy. You got proper. Good luck to you. CJ's a must pick. I genuinely do agree. I think I want CJ on my team. So CJ Proud. So like, and let's say I have, I really like Quartz Proud. That sounds like Quartz Proud CJ sounds nice. It's just a matter of if I could make it work with the other positions without feeling like I'm dead in the water, you know? A lot of people I know are really high on Monk, but I'm not as high on him, so I really like Astro here. Astro Quartz CJ would be sick. But Twisted, the problem is, frick, the problem is Twisted may not play that many games either in the first phase. If they beat T1, they're not gonna do anything. Maybe TM's too much of a risk. I should really focus on guys who I know are gonna play a lot. Like SSG, that's a key team. You know, like Katsuya, that could be a key team maybe. T1, I feel like a core of T1, Katsuya, and SSG would work really good. Maybe Liquid. Maybe a Liquid player. Like, it would probably be ideal for phase 2 to have like Quartz and then maybe get a couple of Korean powerhouses. I pivoted because I remembered Landon. So let's just say I go with CJ and Proud. I go with like a budget Chronic pick, right? A budget Chronic pick. I want Funny Astro, but I can't have him. I feel like Skewed is a throw pick, but it low-key could work. I could go with any of these guys. RuPaul, Ultraviolet, Skewed. Are GK winning at least one game? Oh man, that's the thing. If they lose to Katsuya, they may not win a single game if T1 loses to Twisted. They may not win a game, period. GK players scare me too much, man. I can't. I just can't. Like, I want UV so badly, but I just have this feeling they're not going to win any games. It just doesn't favor them. It all depends on your belief. If I was a GK believer, I think, like, with 100% confidence, I'd add, like, UV to the team. And then that would leave me at 21 at tank. And, like, I can't go Hawk because I have Chronic and CJ. Wait, okay. So I really want CJ, but, like, in a world where I don't pick him, is there anyone else that makes sense? Like, Landon? But then I can't get Hawk in that situation. That's someone I'd want. Oh, dear God. This is tough. With Kellex, you can get Donghack. Yeah, I don't know if I want Kellex. I'll be for real with you. Yeah, like, if you just lose both first to twos, it's like 4 map, you know, like, what is it? Like, at most, it's like 6 maps worth of points. Not ideal. What if, like, I really want to have CJ. What if, let's say I just had, like, another solid support player in here, or 2 support players, like, what if I just, like, went, like, a balanced, like, okay, maybe farm points, maybe don't. Something like this could be okay. But I'd really prefer to have CJ over RuPaul, obviously. CJ 20. Man. You can't pick Max. You just can't pick Max. Like, I love TVNT, but if Twisted plays like 1 game in phase 1, then you're screwed. Ugh. Whenever I scroll through the DPS, it makes me wish Viper actually got playtime. Oh yeah, same. That guy's a beast. Ugh. Let's see. Are there, like, oh, man, there's not that many tank players that I really want in this scenario. Donghack is, like, so tempting, bro. But if I get Donghack, bro, like, I mean, actually, maybe not. If I got Donghack and then got Monk, that actually isn't that bad. They might do Jasmines on maps like King's Row, though. That's a good point. That's a really good point. They might play Jasmine for some Zara or Diva, maybe. Ah, that makes even Donghack a risky pick, doesn't it? I really need to stick to guys or teams that only have 1 tank. The meta feels made for Hawk. I don't know if I can skip that. Yeah, man, yeah. I've somehow gaslit myself into going all in on Falcons with Merit and Shio. Based. Honestly, I respect it. Could I go like Ziad, maybe? Like, this meta's gonna be good for him. Like, it's Diva, Zarya, Ram. I could go in on Ziad. You know, he's probably gonna play a tough game against GK. They could lose to Weibo. So that could mean extra games, maybe. Like, let's just say that Weibo somehow beat Katsuya. Well, I can't even say somehow. They could definitely. Then Katsuya could beat CC. And beat SSG, maybe. Look at the CC versus Tumo stuff, and the map was not on ping, as T1 seems to have been in Korea around the time of the vid. Interesting. I would not mind having Ziad on the team, and then I have an extra point I could put somewhere else. Yes, DPS, DPS. $22, that's not really... Checkmate's overpriced, isn't he, man? That's crazy. I could get Astro, but I'm really, really worried that TM are gonna only play, like, 1 game in the first phase. Like, that would really, really suck. If they just, like, smoke T1. If you're a T1 believer, though, then I feel like Twisted in first phase is probably a lot more of an ideal pickup. A 6 spot for a sub, that'd be hilarious. I mean, I guess Astro could be on the team for long term. have to go Ziad or Donghack. I don't know if I want Donghack. I don't know. I just feel like Hawk is such a good pickup here. I feel like Hawk CJ just makes too much sense to not have, no? Like, just imagine, like, that's such a good base to have. Like, I feel like win or loss, they're gonna do relatively well. Like, they're gonna smoke Peps and then smoke Vera. Like, that's like free points. And, like, they could at least put up a fight against whoever they play in the next round, right? And Hawk and CJ feel like they've just gotta be on the team. Who did I have? I had Hawk. Oh, no, I had Quartz in this situation. But I could just, like, instead, I can put Quartz / Proud. If I had Proud, Hawk, and CJ, and then I go with what I had before, right? Shy. But then I had Funny Astro in that situation, but I could put Monk on the team. But then if I have Monk, I could upgrade DPS a little more. If I went Monk, I could upgrade to Lambda. Then I could have Hawk, Proud, Lambda, Monk, CJ in this situation, and it's not that bad. But Shy might carry in the games he plays. I don't know how many it'll be. I am at risk of only having him play one game. Because, I mean, they could beat whoever they play up here. Maybe Weibo's not a good idea, man. I don't know. Oh... This is hard. They're not making this easy. I feel like SSG and T1 players are a must right now, though, for first phase. I don't know how you guys feel, but I think having those guys would be very ideal. I just don't know if there's a better tank player to get than Hawk in this situation. I do not know. How many phases are there? There's 2. Where is it? So, like, the ones in this, like, teal color, that's phase 1. And the teams that play in this area here are, then the second part of the upper bracket, you know, 4 of them, they get a first round bye. And if all of them were to win, that means they're only going to play 1 game in phase 1. So... I'm also not that big of a fan of Weibo, but, like, you can't rule them out because they are Weibo. It's so hard. Like, I feel like there's got to be some kind of risk factor in here, no matter what, right? What about just Hawk, CJ, Zest, Proud, Super Rich? Super Rich? In this economy? This is him, right? 16 points. Monk is cheap and flex support will always do decent, so that's why I like him. It's a fair point. I think Shy could do well no matter what too, though. I mean, as long as he can just hard play like Soj, he could do good, I feel like. What other tanks make sense here besides Hawk? Like, I gotta try and lay this out. You need guys, like, I know, like, meta is into equation, but you need guys who you know for a fact are gonna play. So, like, Infected, Gushui, Hawk, Ziad. If I don't get Hawk, I feel like I should get Ziad. I don't know. I feel like it's gotta be one of those two. So Ziad, Proud, CJ, Chronic. But then my DPS is like... Or, no, this is support, never mind. Yeah, meta also does favor Falcons and EMEA. True. True. I mean, I could risk it all on my boy Infected. He usually doesn't let me down in fantasy. Even if the meta's not in the best place, he might make it work. And like you... If they at least put up a fight against Falcons and then like do well in the lower, they might do okay. I think Diva Zar, I take Hawk over Ziad. It's pretty close. Realistically, how much better can Ziad do than Donghack? I mean, it kind of depends, because I think the meta itself is better for Ziad, but T1 are probably gonna smoke CC, and then assuming they lose to Twisted, they can smoke whoever they play in this, or if it's a close game against Twisted, he can do well. But the Donghack's just expensive. That's the thing. Like, Donghack's really expensive. That's why I don't like it. Like, it just leaves a lot less room for me to do things if I have Donghack. Because then I, like, have to really, really go budget mode. Yeah, Hawk absolutely goes insane for fantasy. I feel like you need a Falcons Crazy Raccoon player at the start because of transfer limit. But like, I understand playing for the long game, but you really limit the amount of points you're going to have if you go with them. Because realistically, Falcons are playing 2 games, and Crazy Raccoon are playing 1. So like, you get 3 games. Like, if you want, you could go a Falcons player, I guess. Like, two games isn't that bad. Whereas, like, with a T1, you might be looking at, like, 4. So, like, you could double the amount of games, you know, like, compared to a Falcons player. I think that's why it's more ideal to go with, like, a T1 in the first round. Because, like, you get the +6 after the second, or after the first phase ends when you do your transfers. So with that +6, then you could go for like Falcons or Crazy Raccoon, I feel like. Because like, then in the phase 2, right? You get 1 game, at least. There's always a chance one of them get upset. But like, let's just say they play well, get through this round, play each other. One of them goes down here. Then they play in probably a lengthy grand finals, if everything goes how you think it would. It's like you can I feel like you can maximize the value you get with like a Falcons or Crazy Raccoon if you get them later. You get more games out of them, you know? Like, if the goal is to get as many points as you can, you've got to go for the farmers of the first phase. And again, that's where I feel like SSG players are really going to shine. I went Ziad so I could take Chronic and CJ, and that's not a bad idea. Ziad's good. The most risky spot in phase 2 is tank, because if grand finals is green, then both teams swap tanks a decent bit. Yeah, tank is in a weird spot, huh? I low-key might just go with like TVNT or something instead and for phase 2, honestly, as crazy as it sounds. It's like if they lose to Falcons, you know, like they can get a couple games here, maybe. I don't know. I mean, like if we see someone play Ram, but Hanbin plays a lot of the D.Va Zarya. I feel like Crazy Raccoon are maybe a bit more inclined to stick with Junbin more often. There are certain maps where Max comes in. I guess they could be more tempted to play him if the meta's going where it is, but I feel like they just really prefer to play around Junbin. That's just their guy. Chronic is such good value. I feel like all of SSG is good value. That's probably why it pisses me off the most trying to make this team, because I want Chronic, CJ, and Hawk. I want all three of them. They're all in a good spot, but you can only have two of them. That's what really, really sucks. So, like, if I wanted to go all in on Donghack, like, let's say he dominates CC, and then, like, he plays well enough against Twisted and loses, then dominates GK, then, like, dominates Liquid. That could be, like, 4 solid games, maybe, at him. This is a team I could run, and it wouldn't be that bad. Kinda hot, but I don't think Chronic is the best. I mean, it depends on who he's playing. Like, again, like, I think he should do well against Peps. And he should do well, like, against Varel, minimum, right? Like, what? I mean, he sucked against Liquid. Everything else looks pretty okay, though. Is Donghack really better than Hawk and a 20 support player? No. I don't think so. I'm just trying to theorize. Like, I want to keep my mind open to a lot of possibilities here. I don't want to limit myself to one way of thinking, so that's why I appreciate anyone with feedback who is going for a risky strategy that feels more unconventional. I want to hear your guys' ideas so I can get a good idea. Who else could I build a team around? What else makes sense? What's your idea, Jonathan? I don't remember. Ride or Die China? See, CC are probably not going to do well, though. I mean, I think they could be like Weibo, maybe, but like 1 win? I don't really know, man. You know, his price point is really high. Donghack's expensive. TVNT, Proud, Chronic, CJ Skewed, or Hawk, Pineapple, Proud, CJ. So a budget Ziad team, right? Budget Ziad team. What if I got his bro Labdo with him? We got CJ. We pair him up with like Monk or Vega, something like that. Let's just say Vega. And like Shy, maybe? I don't like that very much, no. I feel like Hawk is just the best possible price point for tank, man. Or less infected balls out, I guess. I could just like hope that one of my... I'm sad I'll miss ATP's watch party. Sorry to hear that. I feel like CJ is a must. Like, you're trolling if you don't go CJ. Yeah. Like, I'm trying to think, like, would it make any sense at all to, like, hopefully trust in a guy to maybe play well that's, like, a little lower priced? Oh, you'll be in Stockholm? Oh, that's sick, man. It's like, let's just say Infected plays at max potential and he's good at this meta somehow. That could give me a little bit more leeway. I could have 20 for DPS and support. Or maybe put like sugar-free if I wanted to. And then I go for like, oh no, but if I go with Monk, I'd have more than enough then. Who's 22? Zest. I mean, I could go with both of them. Unironically, I could go with both of them. I feel like this team's kind of a troll too, though. I feel like you're trolling if you don't have two SSG players. Then I could go Lenny. I could go Lenny Proud. Could Zest sugar-free? Maybe. I don't know. I feel like Proud's a little bit better of a bang for your buck than Zest. I could go Zest. This is something I could run though. I could run this team. I don't know if there's anyone like better than Infected to go with in this particular situation. Looking at Hawk, Chronic, Proud, Funny, Astro, Chio, but I'm iffy on going Chio. Yeah, I don't know about Falcons for the first phase, I'm being honest with you. I love how Infected's the only guy worth 19 points. That's so weird. Hawk, Labda, Proud, CJ, Monk is your roster, and I don't see many downsides to it, really. Unless Labda doesn't show up. It's always a possibility, I guess. Like, let's just say worst case scenario. Like, what if Labda, like, does okay and he gets picked on in GK and then Shy diffs him? What do you do then? Because that's the... Okay, that's like, I feel like maybe the one drawback to hit scan, right? Like, they're going to be more carry-centric in this meta, but the hit scans that get diffed are going to have such bad points. Because when you're off your game on hit scan, when you're either getting bullied by the other hit scan, or you're getting dove constantly, you put up some bad points sometimes. Like Labda, actually, for example, when Quartz diffed him, he got negative 6.5, and then in the other game, he only got 7. So is Labda going to step up to the plate? That's the question. Legit just describing Shockwave. That's why I don't like Chronic. Yeah, that's why I like Trees, like another risky pick. Like, when he's off his game, he doesn't play that well. That's why I would love to have Quartz for phase 1, but like Twisted have the first round bye, so makes me wish Katsuya beat them, man. God damn it. Let's not forget they have a game against Crazy Raccoon. Oh yeah, Chronic's gonna get absolutely smoked by Lip. Is Top Dragon a viable pick? Probably not. I mean, like, if he could do well enough on Tracer, I mean, maybe Varel could, like, take a map off of whoever they play in the lower bracket, but that you're asking for a lot. I would not pick a Varel player. Well, let's think about it. Hypothetical, right? Hypothetical. Tree versus Lambda. So, Tree's gonna have to go up against Merit, which doesn't sound fun. He's gonna have to go up against Merit and Proper, which friggin' sucks. Then he gets a good win against Peps. Then he's playing T1, who I think could very easily choke this game. No guarantees, though. So Tree's getting would get 3 games probably. Versus Lambda, who played GK. I mean, Lambda could very well do good against GK. I don't know if it kept track of it. I mean, Fantasy wasn't available for that tournament, was it? Does it keep track of his points in that game against GK? I don't know. Not think so. I think the Falcons game alone could really hurt the Team Liquid stunks. Well, to give some credit to Liquid, they didn't play bad against Crazy Raccoon in the Esports World Cup, so they at least have some experience playing some good Korean teams. I low-key think they could play well against T1, though, which could help make up for that Falcons game. Although, you know, honestly, people might be sleeping on RuPaul. I think even if Liquid don't play that well, he could still put up points. So RuPaul's kind of like that. RuPaul's that guy. That's someone I'm going to consider, I think, is RuPaul here. Go 2020, let's say Hawk CJ, doesn't leave a lot of leeway. RuPaul is usually pretty quiet stats wise. No, I mean he's pretty consistent across the board. He doesn't pop off like CJ does, but he has his games. He's pretty consistent, and I think sometimes consistency is better than boom or bust, you know? I mean, what, these were his stage 3 games, or a lot of them at least. He's pretty consistent. Now, of course, Liquid didn't lose any of these games, but still. Liquid got destroyed by T1, who got destroyed by Falcons. TM, yeah, but that was a long time ago. I think Liquid are a better team since then. I think generally the problem is that I don't think Falcons are going to choke to any Western teams. I mean, Twisted Minds would be your only hope, I think. That is maybe the only chance of Falcons getting upset is them. But I think the issue is that Falcons just like the style of play that Twisted do. So, it's a tough match. Falcons just don't choke. If they choke, it's to Crazy Raccoon. And that's who you'd expect them to choke to if they did. They never let T1 get close. GK was the only team that pushed them. And I think Falcons, I don't want to say have improved since then, but I think they just have the resume. T1 versus Liquid might be a mirror. Yeah, but that was a mirror that Liquid lost the last time. That's the problem. Yeah, I agree with you, Ghost. That's kind of my thought process. I think Falcons are in, like, the best position here. Not running into Crazy Raccoon until, like, the very end is super ideal. You've made 2 separate teams, one going all in on Proper and building around him, and the other with a bunch of solid Western players. It's a test to see if relying on one player will work out or not. I like the way you think. That's a fun little experiment. T1 have literally never beat Falcons, and that's the problem. T1 have, like, the nightmare scenario here, man. In terms of, like, them trying to go far. What edge does Team Liquid have over T1? T1 choke. T1 bad at land forehead. I think T1 are choke artists, and they're gonna choke, personally. I don't really care what the logistics say about it. I think they're choking one way or the other. Maybe it's to Liquid, maybe it's to someone else they're choking, though. You heard it here. I am a T1 hater for this tournament. Every time I have any shred of belief in them, they let me down, so... That's where I'm at with them, anyhow. I think they're too inexperienced. T1 at Worlds, Omega lol. I mean, yeah, they could use Faker's help on this team. Thinking Hawk, Proud, Sugar-Free, skewed, Far Away. I don't really like Far Away, personally, in this scenario. Unless you really believe in CC to actually win a game. And even though I do think they can win a game, I still wouldn't pick Far Away. I don't know, man. I don't even think T1 are overrated. I just think that they always find a way to lose. They're the new Philly Fusion. They always find ways to lose, man. They're inexperienced. They choke under the pressure. I think Liquid is like the prime candidate for them to have a letdown game against. Liquid are peaking while T1 are stagnant, you know? Like, I understand matchup-wise T1 should be better, but when it comes to performing in the big moments, I don't trust T1 in the slightest, and I think Liquid are maybe a bit more built for it, personally. I just don't like T1 for this tournament, man. I don't know. I do think, though, for the first phase, they're really good value for fantasy. Anyway, Lambda, I'd have 19, so like Lambda, I could go like Lambda Shy if I wanted to have RuPaul on my team. I really don't want to go Weibo, I think. It's probably not worth it. I don't really want Chronic. I don't really want Lethal. Viper's not going to play. I love Pineapple and Kaneki, but those are way too risky. Tough. This is tough. The only way for China to win a match at LAN is CC. I really hope CC do win a game. Like, I'm banking on them to win, man. I love their team. They're so underrated. Ah, this is frustrating. It's impossible to make it all work, man. Like, Hawk CJ's just too good to pass up on. Not funny Astro, but I feel like it'd be a throw to pick him in phase 1. Ah, this sucks. I mean, like, wave. Oh, it's the black and white sad song. Do 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 do. That's what they're gonna be playing when T1 lose. Lol. What other options can I do? I really want to nail down like 2 good hit skins. Like, I feel like I've got to do that. I mean, I could YOLO it and pick Tree. Maybe I just say screw Proud, though. Like, I could unironically put Skewed on the team instead. I could do the Tree Gamba, I could. I go the Tree Gamba, right? And then just pick a support, throw it at the dartboard. I don't know though, but like, I feel like if I'm gonna go for a support that's under 20, it probably makes the most sense to go for Monk, no? I don't want Admiral or Lep. Kelix is not great. I love Astro for the value, but he's not gonna play that many games in the first phase. Vega could low-key be okay, but he also might troll. I don't think any Liquid players are even worth it. I don't know, man. It's tough that they have a first round bye. I would be way more tempted if, like, they didn't get the first seed. I feel like we'd be talking about Liquid over SSG if, like, the roles were reversed. I gotta double up on SSG, though. I think for my fantasy goal, phase 1... double up G player. It would make the most sense to have CJ plus either Hawk or Sugar Free, because they're both worth 21, so it's not too bad. I feel like Hawk's a slightly better pick, just because, like, I'd have to go for a slightly lower value tank if I went this way. And obviously you're not picking KSA, you're not picking Jasmine. Gushwei is a huge risk. Don't want to go the Liquid player. Don't love Kafo for the points in this scenario. I feel like you either have to go with Hawk or Ziad. I feel like those are like the 2 primary tank options, or unless you want to go all in on Dong Hack, I guess. But I'd say Hawk and Ziad. Those are like the 2 guys. Yeah, man, like I'm just not going for any of these guys. You can't pick Chase. You've got to pick a tank that's at least worth 21 in this scenario. Unless you're just like a Gushway homeboy. I mean, like, let's say... Okay, let's just say Weibo lose to Katsuya. Let's say Weibo lose to Katsuya. Let's say they beat CC. And then, wait. Why is this like this? Why is this all glitched out? There we go. Oh, no, that's still weird. Hello? Weibo play Katsuya twice in this scenario? Sounds good, Jonathan. Refresh my browser. Alright, let's try this again. Let's go boom boom. Boom. Oh, man. Katsuya got cooked so bad they went to the wrong match. So, like, if I don't love a first round bye, but, like, if I really bank on Weibo to lose, Gushway could get 3 games. And he's probably going to cook in 2 of them. Or... is he gonna cook in 2 of them, though? Oh, the thing is that I feel like Winston teams just don't do well against SSG. I remember, like, obviously, it goes without saying Weibo are, like, 8 billion times better at Winston than GK, but I remember Kuffa getting cooked when he tried playing Winston against SSG. Like, that's where the magic happens for Gushway, right? I feel like Gushway's a throw pick, man. Oh. It'd be sick to have him on the squad, but I just don't know if this is the right meta for Gushway, sadly. Team Liquid 3 count SSG and Esperanza Monkey. That's also true. I mean, like, okay, I should think about it like this. Whether they play Monkey or something else, I think I do prefer Weibo over SSG. I'm a little worried about Leave versus Sugar Free. I think Leave might get cooked there, but the rest of the team holds up well. It might go the distance because there's going to be bans and map picks. They actually played each other once before, and it was like a relatively good game, I remember. I think I'd favor Weibo in that scenario, I think. So maybe I do get SSG and Weibo players. Gushway maybe isn't the pick, though. I feel like realistically, the only guys I should be picking from Weibo are Monk or Shy. I think that sounds about right. Because, like, Gushway could go crazy against, like, CC maybe on Winston. Maybe. They play each other a lot, though, so I don't know about that. Yeah, no. I don't like Gouchouet for this. I've decided I have eliminated him. He is being axed. If that's the case, I either play it safe with Hawk, which makes the most sense, or I use my delusion and take the risk and go for a liquid player and like go for infected. My whole fantasy relies on affecting Sigma because it's the only tank he plays that wasn't nerfed, excluding Winston. How do transfers work? We get 2 transfers every round. I think after the first phase ends, you get 3 transfers, right? You get 3 transfers and you get 6 points added to your budget. Does that sound correct, chat? So, like, all of these games get played in the teal. And then we get your transfers before this. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If I ain't going with Hawk or Ziad, then I feel like I'm trolling. Song Hack's too expensive. I don't want a Crazy Raccoon or Falcons player. Twisted's also too much of a risk. Hawk and Ziad feel like the only guys that make sense to me. Hawk does insane for cheaper. Yeah, he do be a farmer. It's just so hard to go against SSG with what they've got, man. Like, you're looking at the freest points imaginable in like 2 games minimum for them, and they could maybe win this game, whoever they play here, or at least play well. Hawk just feels like such a safe bet. Doesn't he? Like, it's really hard to think of anyone that you should have over him. Fantasy goals. Phase 1. Build around CJ and Hawk double SSG. I think I'm safely going to lock in these 2 players, chat. I think we've explored all the possibilities. CJ goes crazy for the value. He farms win or loss. He's gonna play probably 4 games in the first phase, minimum. Or no, maximum, I'm sorry. Excuse me. He'll play 4 games maximum. It'd be hilarious if they lost to Peps, by the way. Could you imagine? So yeah, Hawk and CJ, I'm gonna light them up green because I think those are guys I want on my team no matter what. I'll take my chances with my Glorious King Boston. Hashtag leaking liquid. Hashtag wet. Thoughts on merit? Do you mean for fantasy or just in general? Because in fantasy, I think he'll be good for the second phase. If you mean in general, the guy is one of the best hit scans in the game right now. I'm deciding between Shy/Proud and Tree/Labda for my DPS. I think Shy Proud makes a lot of sense. Okay, so what kind of cool combinations can I make with these 2 players? So I talked about the T1 route, where I could go Proud, or I guess skewed. Like I could go Proud or skewed. I think it could work. I can't do more than T1. More than one T1 player. I don't think that's possible. Actually, it is possible. Wait a second. But I'd have to get a not great 18 option, though. Yeah, maybe not. Never mind. I don't think I want that, because I don't want Chronic, I don't want Lethal, I don't want any of these guys. Unless I just go balls to the wall and pick, like, Pineapple or Kaneki Omegalol. Can you imagine? Just, like, be a Chad and lock in Kaneki. Chiefs are struggling, but they just got a huge win, Jonathan. Season-saving win. I feel like that'd be such a Chad move if you get a CC player. If you have a CC player on your team, you're a Chad. That's all I'm saying. And you've got a hell of a lot more guts than me. Unlucky, Jonathan. Unlucky. Like, if I really wanted to back up my faith in CC, I would pick a CC player, but I don't know how they're doing for the points there. Like, you're really banking on them being competitive in, like, whatever games they're playing in. And I think they're probably going to be competitive in maybe 2 games if they can win this game. I mean, like, I, for the hell of it, said they will win it, but I'm not saying that with confidence. I low-key think they could beat Weibo, like, I really do. If Weibo win, I win for fantasy. If CC win, I win emotionally. The faraway 2025 Gambit. I mean, like, if... See, this is why I wish I had a sample of, like, what his fantasy points would be like. Because, if he at least did enough in those games, it'd be tempting, right? First 2 elimination, crazy things can happen. Yeah, no, low-key, I think there's a lot of scenarios where CC could upset. I think they could upset Weibo, and if there's any worlds where they're somehow playing GK here, I think they could upset GK also. Oh, my thing's glitched again. Apparently, GK is playing in this place and this place at the same time, chat. Interesting. So glitchy. GK gets 3 eliminations. I don't really know if Skewed is all that for a support option, though. I mean, especially because, like, he plays more of the main support. I mean, he ain't bad at the Yang. You're still blaming Nightmare's loss on me? Damn. Would you rather have Lip or Merit on the fantasy roster? I don't know if you can go wrong in that scenario. I'll be for real with you. I mean, I personally think Lip's gonna go crazy in this tournament, but... I mean, like, Merit's, like, right there with him. I think Merit could do really well in a bunch of the games like that. That dude kind of pops off, man. Merit on lane goes crazy. I have more of a belief in Lip to just, like, be an MVP level player in this tournament just because this could be one of his last, but fantasy-wise, Merit's probably a better option. You can't go wrong, though. You really can't go wrong. We could have one more year of Lip, but you never know. Like, let's say he does win this and then suddenly the military kicks in. Like, you never know. That's why, like, I think he might really go all out to try and win this tournament. Because there's no guarantee of what happens next year, even if he does play, you know? Never known, things might fall apart. So, no top dragon gambit? Yeah, no top dragon gambit. I don't know, I feel like skewed's just a waste to have at 20, man. I don't know. Proud low-key just makes so much sense here, man. Then again, I mean, like, he's a... Skewed's a little cheaper. Which other regions showed scoreboards? Yeah. To go for, like, double 20 support. Right? Right? But again, then I'm in this situation where, like, oh, man. There's just not that many good options, I feel like, if you're trying to build for a team that can farm points in the first round, or the first phase, I mean. Because a lot of these guys are just so high risk. Like, I could just go with the Shy Lab Dome, honestly. But I feel like there's probably better options than Skewed. I don't know, man. Especially as the main support. Kind of like, eh. And Vigilante is just mad expensive. 23 is crazy. FD God Trust. How much is even worth 15? Yo, now we're talking. Look at those shades, man. Look at those shades. Look at that swag. That's sick. Oh, this is tough, chat. This is really tough. I can't believe we've already been going at this for like 2 hours. Jesus. Yeah, like, Calyx is for the price is obviously, like, I feel like it could be, like, ideal on paper, but I don't love Calyx for getting points. I'm not a big fan of Calyx in Fantasy. He's a little unreliable in my opinion. Like, I feel like if you're gonna go for a main support, like, you've got to go for someone else. I mean, I guess, like, you could count on Calyx to, like, play okay, and then just hope that he plays, like, a couple of games. Like, you know, maybe hope this game goes the distance, he's positive. This game goes the distance, he's positive, win or loss. Yeah, he has a low ceiling. Like, Calyx, like, his floor is okay, but his ceiling is low. Bunny Astro is greater than Calyx, but, like, Astro is just not the play, man, for first phase. I want Astro for my second, I think. But I am not banking on Phony Astro to maybe play one game in the first phase, that's for sure. Because I do have high confidence that Twisted are going to beat whoever they play in this game. I mean, probably T1. I like them over T1 a lot. Hoping for Monk, what the hell? Monk to lock in big pressure moments. I just said Muck. What is this, Pokemon? I think 2 T1 players plus 2 SSG players is the best way of going about it. I've thought about it for like 3 days straight. Or 3 days would be crazy. 3 hours. Man. It's kind of tough to fit that in, though. I mean, like, unless you just, like, take the over budget, right? Unless you just go over budget and YOLO it. Or not over budget, I mean, like, you take the negative points for the second phase, rather. It's hard to fit that in, like, unless you... Is that even possible? I mean, like, I guess it's possible, but you're not gonna have anyone good. You probably have to, like, have lethal on the team in this scenario. I mean, unless you go chronic. Unless you have overwhelming belief in chronic, but then you don't have CJ or Hawk. Like, lethal is not particularly good for points. Very, very up and down player. I guess in theory you could roll with this team, though. Doesn't make that much sense, though. It's tough to make double T1, double SSG work. Yeah, no, you can't pick lethal. But, like, there's no one else you can pick. Unless you're gonna go for Pineapple or Kaneki, I guess. I mean, you could take some... You could take a shitty 15 to 18 player, but is that really worth it? Because I've gone down this road before, and it always ended badly for me. I went through this in stage 3, and I was always at a disadvantage. The only benefit is you do get the plus for phase 2. Like, that does kind of help alleviate that a little bit. I could just go it soon for 0 points. I mean, I could. Just throw soon in there. And then, like, you can add points to other things, I suppose. But then you gotta hope that your SSG and your T1 just do all the heavy lifting, right? Like... I guess in this scenario, I could, like, go Vigi. I could go, like, Vigi Proud. I mean, it's not the worst team in the world, but I don't know, it kind of feels like a throw to have someone who's just going to put up 0, no? This just feels silly to me, I don't know, man. SSG and T1 win first, SSG lose second, T1 versus T1 goes either way. No, I think Twisted have a good advantage over T1, personally. I don't think T1 are winning that game. I'm pretty confident in that. This meta is 1,000 times better for Twisted, and they are way more experienced. People are rating Twisted, like, very highly behind the scenes as well. I think Twisted are gonna place highly, personally. The Winston Venture Dive destroys everything Twisted play. I disagree, personally. Remember when everyone rated SSG high last year? Yeah, that was a much different time. Vigi's overrated for fantasy. I'm just theorizing. We're just theorizing what a double T1 double SSG team would look like. I mean, I guess instead of soon, I could go for like a support that's not going to play. Is that even a thing? Does anyone have 3 supports? I don't think so. Most teams just have 2. There's Haku. But he's 17. You got who on DPS? I'm just memeing around right now. I could always just... but I said I shouldn't play it. Okay, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like... I'd rather just, like, play the long game instead of having a guy that's gonna get 0. You could take a Vero support and pray. Oh, yeah, I'd be praying to something, alright. Oh, man. Playing the long game just seems so silly, but you also only get 3 swaps, man. Ah. You only get 3. So there's got to be some guys you can trust in to, like, be good on the first day and the second. Pick up Mimosa and get merit. Oh, mega lol. I gotta think about this, man. I mean, realistically, I probably would get rid of my SSG players, right? I mean, they're probably both gone after the first phase. Then that leaves me with just one other swap I could make, and then everything else is locked in. And keep the 2 T1 players. You probably therefore want Dongha. I feel like Chio for 21 is a steal. Yeah, I mean, I could play the long game and just pick up Chio on my team. I really could. I could play the long game with Chio. So then he could be there for the second phase. Swap these guys out, CJ and Hawk. There is something like that I could do. Or like another guy, like Chorong is around that many too, right? I could also pick Chorong here, you know, as an example. Or Landon, I guess, theoretically. I could play... Willis proper chronic Chio Chorong. Going all in on that Korean main support backline, eh? Well, I should say you're going all in on proper, realistically. I don't know, the more I think about it, the more I feel like I should consider the long game, because I don't want to take the penalty. I know some people are going to take the penalty. Don't like that, though. I really don't like that. Maybe I just say YOLO and I keep Quartz on the team now. Take the L on the first day and then just hope I pop off on the second day. But like if Twisted beat T1 and that's all they play, it really freaking sucks, man. That's what I have to try and remember. Like, I'm of this mindset. I gotta farm points in the first round, but I only get 3 transfers. Who can I count on to stay on this team after the first phase ends, after these games are over? Like, probability-wise, I gotta think about this. Courts and Proud are the ones, probably. You think so? You keep CJ for one last potential game and build for points on tank and DPS phase 2. So much rides on Katsuya versus GK. Oh yeah, 1000%. That literally changes the whole bracket depending on who wins that game. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Like, let's just say Katsuya doing that. Like, don't really trust Weibo to go on a run, but if they were to, maybe keepable. Like, I'm just trying to think if Weibo did do well. That could really throw a wrench in everyone's plans. Like, in the, you know, low-key, kind of scary. If Twisted were to somehow upset Falcons, they might actually lose this game to Weibo, because Weibo just love to play them close for no reason. T1 beats Weibo quite easily, I think. I don't know, man. I think T1 are like the better team, but again, T1 just, I don't know. They don't do well under pressure. They never win the games they're supposed to, or not that they're supposed to, but when they have the chance to really impress, they never do. And I don't even know if T1 beat Katsuya, to be honest with you. T1 are such a risky team, man. Like, they could be really good. They should be really good, but will they be really good? I don't know. I don't like depending on them. Everyone's like so high on them, but I'm just not buying it. What are we cooking? These are just hypotheticals. We're doing this for fantasy purposes right now. This isn't my actual bracket, don't worry. I'm just putting teams into certain places and thinking about things. Like I was saying, it'd be really funny if Twisted Minds beat Falcons, because then they could low-key lose to Weibo because Weibo randomly play them close for no reason. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like T1. I really don't like them. Like, for fantasy purposes, in the first phase, they're good. But I don't know if I want to risk it. They are so susceptible to choking games, it's not even funny, man. I think there are so many teams they could choke against. I don't like T1 and Weibo because bans can be so impactful against them. Yeah. Who else you want to take, though? That's the problem. I don't know what to do. There's only so many options. Like, I'm just thinking, though, like, what if T1 are a letdown? Like, what if they actually did lose to, like, a Liquid, let's say? What if they did choke, like I really think they can do? Then what? Then you have to get rid of them because they're not going to make it to the second phase. Yeah, but they lose to them every time. That's the problem. They lose to them every single time. And, like, now the stakes are at their highest, and I don't know how a young team like that responds to it. How much playtime do we think Jasmine gets? I think he'll come in for certain maps. Spread your marbles across more teams. I mean, that's what I'd like to do, but there's only so many options if you want to, like, maximize your points for phase 1. Maybe I just go full-on delusional and believe in Team Liquid. I don't know. I don't like how everyone's thinking the same thing, you know? It bothers me, because if that goes wrong, then we're all in the same boat. Or a lot of people are, I should say. There's got to be some kind of long-term thinking involved here. There has to be. You're taking a gamble on GK. I mean, you never know. If they beat Katsuya, that could change everything, man. If they beat Katsuya, this entire bracket could get turned upside down. I'm not even joking you. We're the most keep-worthy candidates. Like, the more I think about it, the more I want to have a guy who, like, only plays one game, so at least I have them on the roster for the next part of the thing. AQ could get a first-round exit just as much as GK. Absolutely. Grimbuck says AQ are struggling. I mean, I'm really struggling to come up with ideas right now. Like, I really liked the idea of Hawk and CJ, and from there I kind of just have to figure the rest out. I could go with that initial plan. This was what I liked. Hawk, CJ, have just courts there for the future, right? Like, he's only gonna, there's a good chance he only plays one game, but then you could have him locked in for a ton of other games the rest of the way, right? Like, let's say they beat T1, and then they lose to Team Falcons. And that gives them how many games? They're going to get one. They'd get 1, 2. Am I over-trusting TM in that regard, though? What if they choke? Nah, they're not going to choke. But, like, how many games is that? So, like, at most, they're going to play, like, 4 games. I mean, if they really popped off and somehow upset for Grand Finals, 5. I mean, I guess it's really not that much different than, like, SSG, right? Because they're going to play 1, 2. 5? I might just play it safe. The OG roster I showed was... my phase 1 would not do particularly well, I think. But I could play the long game because then I'd have my... 2 of my guys already set up. I'd have Quartz and Funny Astro set up for phase 2. Assuming they take care of business like they're supposed to. And then I can swap out Hawk, Shy, and CJ. And then I can spread the extra points I get, you know, across the 3 to try and build a better roster for the last phase, I guess. Feel like that makes sense. I could also diversify it more. Like, I could make another swap and have another guy locked into place that I want to have on the last day. Or I could go the route of just keeping CJ and hoping for the best. Like we were saying earlier in chat. Because, like, they could beat Weibo. Or at least play well against them. That could get CJ into the final day. But he's probably only playing 1 game if he gets there, realistically. So what? That would mean, like, CJ gets, like, 5 games total. CJ or Hawk. I could do either one. Probably CJ. So I could go with the all-in CJ strat. Keep him for day 2. And then instead of having, like, one of these 2, I could swap them out for something else for now. Like, I could swap out Quartz for Proud for now. And then I could make swaps at the end. I could also, if I want to, instead of Astro, could go Monk. Could. But then I'm leaving a point on the table. I mean, I guess in that case, I could just be, like, different and pick Zest. Or I could leave that point, I guess, for the final day to have an extra one. Naruto MNX. That looks familiar. That profile picture looks very familiar, just a different name. I don't know if I want to go double Weibo. I'm trying to think this through, right? So if I do this, keep CJ, and Funny Astro, right? Then for phase 2, I could swap out these 3. Gives me 21 plus 19 plus 21 plus 19 plus 21. So what is that? That's math. I'm doing math in my head. What is that? 50? Let's see. 51. That'd be 51. Or 61, I'm sorry. 61 plus the additional budget they give you Challenger, that's it. What's going on, man? You been playing the finals? Nice, I played that game before. It's pretty dope. What is it? It's +6, chat? Was it +6 or 5? I forgot. Okay, got it. So then, if I have CJ and Funny Astro, I could have 67 points. I could have 67 points for the final phase. And from there, right, I could put like Merit on my team. So 67 minus 23. Is that 44? I got you, Challenger. Just remember, there'd be a +6 to this. So you have 44 to work with at that point. 44. I could risk, like, Junbin here. Or TVNT. Ooh. Wait, no, because I want... No, because I want to have Quartz on my team. I think Quartz would make the most sense. Then I'd have 23 to play with, and I could literally pick any tank I wanted to. So if I wanted, like, Junbin, I could. And that would literally be perfect. That may be the play, chat. I could do that. I could put Lip here also. Technically, if I wanted to, I could maybe do Proper. I could do like Proper. Get rid of Quartz. EVNT. Gives me 21 left. Is there anyone I can even pick? I mean, no, not really. Okay, no, that definitely not Proper. Proper's way too expensive. He screws over everything. Never mind. Like Lip / Merit. Lip and Merit? I mean, like, that could also work. I don't know, something about Junbin just sounds like saucy, though. I love Hanbin and someone, but, like, I don't know how the playtime is gonna work with them. That feels like way too much of a risk. Not a fan. I feel like Junbin's probably the best tank option, but then again, Max might play maps too. There's really no safe tank player, is there? Donghack is like cool, but I don't know how far I think T1 go, and like Jasmine might sneak in some maps. TVNT I'd expect to play over KSA. Like TVNT's probably gonna play a lot. And like if I got him for phase 2, he could play 1, 2, 3 games maybe. I mean, what's more worth it? 3 games of TVNT? Or 3 to 4 games of Junbin? Plus a little Max thrown in there? Because Max does play. He does. I mean, that Junbin is their preference, of course. Junbin is absolutely their preference, but they throw Max in there from time to time. Yeah, let me just look at some of the previous games here. Let me go to the Overwatch esports page. Live. Oh, wow. Can we get some actual... Okay, there we go. So, like, against Falcons. So, Junbin played the first map. Junbin played the second map. Max played the third map. Max is a King's Row guy. Junbin plays map 4. Junbin plays map 5. Junbin plays map 6. Max plays map 7. So, that's 2 hybrid maps that Max played, but he didn't play any of the others. Is Max just the hybrid guy? If Ramrazar's the play, it's Max, but that's the thing. Did the math, you physically cannot have 2 Crazy Raccoon and 2 Falcons. Yeah, it makes sense. That's the thing, though. Like, Crazy Raccoon are the one team that may not always play the Ram. I'd expect to see a little more Max. Like, I feel like they has to play more, right? Like, surely with Diva, Zarya, Ram, he's gonna play a bit more than he did, like, in this tournament this say, right? Because, like, against Wei, I mean, they just screwed around. They played Junbin. T1, they play Junbin. They play Junbin. Play Max. Max plays, like, all of the hybrid. If Weibo pop off, I got something. And what would that be? So, guaranteed bare minimum, Max is playing the hybrid maps. He plays like every single one. And like, you know that hybrid's like always gonna get selected. Like it always does. Check DMs, I got you. Yo, no shot. I mean, like, that's a pretty big risk on the main support aspect, but, like, damn. That's kind of crazy that that works. Phantom in the chat just sent this one, chat. Can you imagine? Like, it's kind of funny that, like, with the math, you could make this work. I'm assuming this is for day 2, right? Interesting. I don't know how I feel about double main support. It's kind of dope that something like this is even possible, though. Yubi over Shy if you're feeling it. I get the feeling Yubi might play for teams that they just want to bully that preferred dive. I would not be shocked if we saw Yubi versus like T1 or, you know, God forbid, like Weibo or something like that if they managed to play them somehow. Would not be shocked if we see some Yubi in this tournament. Generally, I'm expecting Psycho, though. Kind of match dependent. Too risky. Yeah, no, like, I can't really see a universe where they're, like, consistently playing Max over Junbin. Like, they're giving more maps to Max. Even if it's a better meta for him, because they just play better mostly with Junbin. Like, that's their guy. That always has been their guy. Max is, like, the complementary piece. Tank is like a gambit no matter what for the second phase. I don't know if you can win on tank. Or I should say feel like really good about it, like 100% going into phase 2. Again, like, it sounds insane, but, like, TVNT low-key might get the most maps out of, like, any of the tanks that should be remaining on the second day. Low-key, this team would kind of be fire. So, like, my phase 2 team, I'd either go with this, or I go with Junbin plus Merit and Quartz. I think I might have it, chat. I think I might have it ready. I think I may take a day 1 L, phase 1 L. I keep saying day 1. Phase 1 L, so I can set up for the long term. Without having to worry about the negative point nonsense. I might take the Shy Gambit, chat. I might take the Shy Gambit. I don't have total faith in Weibo, but I do have faith to a certain extent that my guy Shy can have some good moments in this thing. I think they rely on him a lot more than Leave, so I think he makes a lot of sense here. You either go Shy, or you pick someone that's, like, on the lower end, I guess. Or, like, you go Monk and then, like, Lapda. But I don't want to be a copycat to Phantom. Gotta be a little different. Gotta be a little bit different, you know what I mean? I don't know, chat. I'm kind of digging it. I'm kind of like it. Don't be like stage 3, week 1. Okay, this is a little different, though. This is a little bit different, I feel like. Because I'm not getting what's-his-face from Extinction or anything like that, you know? What do you think, chat? Does this team suck? Or is this okay? I'm taking a big risk on Shy, but I think that a team like this could work really good for the long run. Because I can get the swaps that I want without really having to think twice about it for the second phase. And I trust in, you know, like, my T1 and SSG guys to do a lot of the heavy lifting. And then if Weibo lose to Katsuya, like I think they may, that opens up the possibility for Weibo to play in a few more games. Weibo are probably playing... Okay, but... Frick, man, what if Weibo only play one game? That's my only scary thought here. This is my one reason I'm iffy on Weibo players. Because if they end up winning, if they end up better than I think, it's going to screw over absolutely everything. Or if GK beat Katsiaks, then I think they straight up beat GK. But there's got to be a risk factor involved. You know, there's no way to properly play it safe at every position. I just don't think it's humanly possible. I mean, like, unless I diversify, like, I could maybe diversify a little bit if I wanted to. Like, I could go for the more, like, instead of Proud, like, I could go for, like, a more safe option, I guess. Have courts there for the long run, right? Right. Have courts and CJ already there for the long run. And then make the other changes accordingly. Could go Lambda and Monk. This is another roster that works. And, like, on the only good news, like, even though I don't love Lambda, is minimum he's going to get the 2 games, whereas Weibo may only get 1. And if he were to lose this game, or even this one, there's room for more games. I think Lambda's a little bit lower risk than the Shy route. But I think there's more upside if I pick Shy. Like, if things go the way I think, then Shy might do some damage. I'm a little terrified of what happens if Weibo get, like, blown out by Alcatia. They've got to keep it close if they lose to them. They've got to just keep it close, man. Waiting for more interviews and stuff tomorrow, then submit it tomorrow night. Yeah, it might be the play. I have my strat, though, I think. I really do. I think I've got it on lock, unless, like, some groundbreaking news comes out. I think I want CJ kept for the second day. And I'll just risk it with him to farm some more points for at least one more game. I mean, yeah, like, in the result that Weibo pop off, then I guess I could, like, pivot. Right? I could pivot a little bit. If, like, let's say Shy and Weibo do really, really good, then you can consider keeping them for the second day, maybe? Then I could instead swap out CJ. Do the Shy game, but I would take the -20 to get 2 Falcons and 2 Crazy Raccoon. How does that work, though? I don't understand. If you get minus 20, how are you supposed to get other players? Am I missing something? I've never done the minus 20 before, so I don't really understand how the penalty affects us in this situation. Like, when I see minus, I just get scared, honestly. Don't like that. Take away 20 points you earned for one extra trade. What the hell? Trade. Take away 20 points you earned for one extra trade. So... what, you're saying I do 4 swaps then? I get 4 swaps. This kind of seems like, wait a second. Isn't that kind of cheesing the system? Because, like, there's no future weeks after that. Are they really going to allow something like that? That seems kind of cheesy. You could just cheese the system. Oh, it's minus 20. Oh, I'm an idiot. It's minus 20 from what you earned. Not minus 20 from your budget. I was always thinking it's minus 20 from your budget. I'm so stupid. It's minus 20 from your total points. Oh my god, why didn't I realize that earlier? If I had known that, I would have taken the minus 20 ages ago in stage 3. Now I just feel stupid. That's why, like, I thought, like, there was no point in doing it, because, like, you'd get a minus 20 to your budget or something. Bro. I would have done that 8 million years ago in stage 3 had I realized. Wow. So that kind of changes the whole approach on this thing. Wait. Or swaps. You still need to maintain the budget though, right? Like, you still got to be within the budget. Oh, man. Frick, man. In that case... oh, man. Maybe it would be smarter to actually say screw it to the playing for the long run. Just have one guy for the long run. Just have one guy that I know for a fact I want to keep for sure for the final day. So in that case, I could either... because I want a Twisted Minds guy. I could just go all in I could go all in on like Funny Astro or Quartz and just have them there right from the start and not have to worry about them. Or a Korean player, one of the two. I feel like it makes the most sense, though, to either keep Astro or keep Quartz right off the bat. I lean towards Astro, because, like, I don't particularly want to have two Weibo guys. I don't love that idea. That's Psycho. That is not Quartz. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I want Astro. I feel like I keep Astro. Keep Astro. Let Quartz do his thing for a game, so then you have him for the long term because Quartz is a freaking monster. Or not Quartz, I'm sorry. Or you have Quartz for the final day because he's a monster, I mean. Then have Proud, who I'm banking on to play okay. I mean, like, surely he's gonna style on CC and GK, right? Right? Could you do UB Omega Lol? Proud greater than Quartz, plus 20, phase 1. Yeah, no, I feel like I should keep Astro, because I don't really love the options if I go this route. I mean, it'd be hilarious if I could have both of them, but that doesn't quite work, unfortunately. Yeah, no, I think this just might be my play. Take the Shy Gambit, because I think Shy can be a beast win or loss. Have this team. Have this exact team. Right? These four gives you 100. So day 1. Day 2. Hawk. Arrow. Hawk, little arrow. Tank. Shy. Arrow. Proud. Arrow. Court. CJ, Arrow, new port. And then Funny Astro stays. Funny Astro, he's a green. Total 106. Day 2. Take minus 20 for extras. It's actually unreal that they're just allowing you to do that. I don't know. If I was in charge of it, I don't think I'd allow this, but hey, man. That opens up a lot of possibilities on what I can do now, man. Now I can take the extra minus 20. And then I can make the swaps as I want. So let's just say Shy's gone, Proud's gone, CJ gone. So for losing 20 points, I have an 87 budget. Minus 20 for extra swap. The one thing is tank. That's like the one thing I'm very unsure about. Falcon's tanks just feel scary to me. Like this should favor Hanbin's hero pool, right? But like Falcons might want to play dive sometimes, and someone can play Ram as well, and you know, he's a good calmer, and they might break him in for some other random strats. Just got back. What did I miss? I had a revelation on my plan. I think I've got the day one plan set. My team's gonna be Hawk, Shy, Proud, CJ, Funny, Astro. So then on day two, by doing a minus 120, I can have 4 swaps. Keep Funny Astro, because I want him as one of my supports. And then with an 87 budget, I decide the rest. I think I got it now. Now this leaves like a lot of room on what I could do. Like I'd really love to have a nice hit scan on the team. So like you have Merit Quartz. Oh, I said I want Quartz, so I should light that up green. Like a hypothetical, I could do Merit Quartz. You can go Merit Quartz, any tank you want. Any tank. So I could go Junbin. And I'd have 20 for another support. No, that doesn't really work, does it? If Weibo wins against Katsuya, I keep Shy. Yeah, I think that's something I'll consider. It all depends. Yeah, no, then that kind of changes things a lot, right? I should look at that hypothetical. So Weibo win. Weibo beat Katsuya. You keep Shy. Now you have a 46, or no, 47 left. Damn. Do like anything. Oh my god. Bruh, if I... Oh my goodness gracious. Honestly, I kind of hope that Weibo dominates now. Yo. If I have 47 left after all this, bro... I could also... If I keep Shy, I could take Funny Astro out too. Yo. This is kind of insane. I low-key hope Weibo pops off now. God damn it, man. Because if Weibo prove themselves and they play well, and like I could feel good consciously about having Shy, there's so many possibilities now. Like, I could go Junbin. I could go Junbin. I'd still have like 46 left, bro. Oh my god. I could go fielder or Shu. Fielder low-key might go crazy because he's going to heal bot, you know? Shu's good too, though. Like Shu. I mean, in that case, I could keep Funny Astro and I could do a team like that. Should I leave Gushue, Munker, and Sane at playoffs? I don't love the meta for them. That's my only concern. I do not love it for them. I think they are quite vulnerable. A team like this would not be too bad. I wouldn't mind diversifying, though, also. Like, I low-key think Fielder might farm in Fantasy. I could also go, like, a little bit lower, maybe? Like, no, but, like, you've got to have Fielder or Shu, right? Like, you just have to. Like, it's kind of a throw if you don't pick one of them, no? Unless you go, like, Chorong. Like, I could go, like, budget, go Chorong. Chorong simple. I don't know. I feel like it'd be better to just have... No. It would totally be better to just have Shu Fielder plus Funny Astro. If you have Shy, don't get Funny Astro. I'm looking at the second day right now, Multi-Mallard. I'm theorizing for the second day, because you get an additional 6 points. Or second phase. I keep saying day. Phase. Second phase. Oh my god. I don't know. Chorong's simple. Like, that's okay, but... I don't know, man. Yeah, like I could go Chio. No. Don't like Chio, man. He could be okay. He could be. Muse a sleeper pick. Always see him get beat before every other Lucio. Andy's low-key not bad at, like, the other supports, too. I mean, I don't watch a ton of Weibo, but, like, I'm sure if they ever do play Brig, he's still relative on Brig. I remember he's pretty good at Brig in the what's it called? The EWC still. That guy will Ajax. He does do that sometimes. This is true. How much is Mew even worth? Oh my god, he's worth 18. Oh, him and Monk are both worth 18. Okay. Makes sense. I was watching some recent VODs of China, and I didn't see a lot of Brig. It looked more like Lucio was the play. Like, Weibo seemed like they're very interested in playing, like, one of two comps. I know they played some Zarya here and there, but they looked like a Winston and a Ram team, and I saw a lot of Lucio being played with those things. Oh yeah, his Brig is 100% better. He's always been really good at Brig. Is there a way I could diversify this more? I mean, I could just, like, be ultra risky and, like, pick a Falcon's tank, but that just seems like an unnecessary risk, if you ask me. You have Shu, and you have 20 points left. Like, no, it's not even worth it, really. Unless you go, like, TVNT or something, I guess. Then you'd have 21. You could go Chio. I mean, you could do that. One second, chat. Alright, chat, I was talking to Mrs. ATP. She just called me real quick. I was telling her I'm streaming. Hear me out. Junbin, then Shu with Mew or Monk. Junbin, then Shu with Mew or Monk. Junbin, Shu, Mew or Monk. Yeah, I mean, it does work. I'd actually have an extra point still to play with in that scenario. I'm not married yet. Just getting the China VODs. Only heroes are Kiri, Lucio. Yeah. It's like when I was recording some clips for my OWCS playoff video, I kind of noticed the same thing. Yeah, I mean, there are options. I appreciate that. Is there a stage 3 for this? No. Keep simple in your cards. Yeah, I low-key, like... I think simple is not a bad choice if Twisted go on a run. Like... I wouldn't necessarily be totally opposed to like Chio or Chorong plus simple. It wouldn't be my first choice. But in the event that Weibo pop off and I'm keeping Shy, this is a team I could at least consider playing. Crazy Raccoon and Weibo play against each other? Yeah, they could play each other, yeah. Very well could. And Crazy Raccoon kind of just do what Weibo do, but better. No, I didn't lock in my Phase 1 team, but I think I generally have the gist on what I want to play. Hawk, Shy, Proud, CJ, Funny, Asher, I think will be my lineup. Is this the roster for the rest of the tournament? Yeah, right now I'm working on that part of it. But like, this is just under the presumption that Weibo are really good. If they flop, however, then it becomes a bit of a different story. Because then I'm going back to my original plan, I think. The second row for playoffs is just held to spread around, yeah. Then I'd have 67. Don't make any jokes, chat. Don't do it. It leaves me a 20, though. Oh, this is rough. about 68? Oh, mega lol. Yeah, no, this is low-key kind of rough. I definitely don't have everything perfect. I feel like Friday we might have a long discussion on what to do for fantasy. Yeah, absolutely. I'm like so close, man. I'm so close to having this figured out. Maybe this doesn't work, man. I don't know. I might need to readjust. Chio Charong, then Lip. Maybe. Am I trolling by not having a... man, it's like... Am I trolling by not having, like, a good flex support, though? It's like my one concern I'm having. If I don't have a flex support, am I gonna regret my decision? Oh, brother. I mean, like, I could go all in and pick someone or Hanbin and hope for the best in this situation. Okay, what if instead, right? What if instead... No, I don't know, man. I was close to having it figured out, but now I'm lost again. I think you gotta take Junbin. It's gonna be hard for me to make Junbin work. Well, that's not really the problem. I think my issue is just making the budget work more than anything. Because I would really like to have Merit or Lip on my team. And then I'm like 1 point off. I could convince you to become a Yubi fan for phase 2. If you don't do Jumpin', you gotta take TV and T. See, that was my other backup plan. Because then it's like, damn. Because then Funny Astro may not be on my team for the first part of it. Song, bro. Yeah, Falcon's tanks do really scare me. I'm not gonna even lie to you. No, that literally does not work. Don't even think about it, bro. I mean, I could always keep CJ, I guess. I could always keep CJ, then get Chio or Cho wrong, and I guess call it a day. That could be my team for day 2. I mean, it really depends, man. It's gonna greatly depend on Weibo's performance. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Mallard. I don't know. Maybe I'm not as set as I thought. I thought I had it right, but now I don't know anymore. Yeah, let me just get a vision again. Let me get another visual. So we have Hawk. Day 1 is Hawk. It's Proud. Okay. J. Astro. Yeah, it's pretty delusional. So I'm gonna imagine this 0 is a 6, right? We're getting rid of Hawk. We don't want the DPS. Don't want CJ. $87 points. Sports is on the team. $67. $43. Second phase, correct. Oh, this just doesn't work. This genuinely just doesn't work. Damn. I kind of need Shy to go ham, I think. I need Weibo to play well, I think. Because Weibo playing well opens things up so much for me, bro. Oh my god. I was like, even if I just didn't have courts, it's like, if I have Merit and Shy, it's like the budget is so much better, bro. The budget's so much better. Because then I have exactly enough for Junbin. Oh my god, dude. I mean, I might just have to take the L and keep CJ. I don't know. Maybe I don't take the minus. And then I have CJ. I guess that's also an option, right? What if Lambda instead of Quartz and get Chorong? Lambda. And you grab Chorong, what, instead of CJ, or yes? Right, because... yeah. Instead of CJ, keep Astro. Get Chorong. I mean, like, it works. But how are Katsuya gonna do on day 2? Or phase 2, I mean. Just say that happens, they lose that game. Yeah, I'm surprised I'm still going. That just shows how much thought I'm putting into this thing, man. Just fill this out super quick. Don't worry about the scores. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Do, 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 do. Oh, Katsuya versus T1. Oh, man. How much are you willing to trust Lambda, though? Like, he's been good this season, but can he be that good? How does he hold against, like, Shy and all these guys? That is such a tough question. I could keep Lambda, so then I do have a lot of good Korean players. You know, this does work. I think this option, or you go Quartz and risk it with a Falcon Stink. I think those are the choices. So Hawk, Junbin, Flash. Guy. LBBD7. LBBD7. Or no, I'm sorry, slash Merit. Oops. Merit. Merit slash. Proud and go Quartz slash. Duh. And then CJ could be Chorong, Chio, What was I saying the other thing was? It was Quartz, Merit, and then Keep C. Or no, I'm sorry, it wasn't Keep CJ. It was some type of Falcons tank. Maybe Hanbin's better. I don't really know. One of them. Just go high risk on the tank. Yeah. SSG versus Crazy Raccoon, I think, has real upset potential. I don't know, like, it could, I guess, but I think a team like Twisted are, like, more of a scary matchup for Crazy Raccoon than SSG. It's screaming to you right now, really. I mean, if, like, Sugar Free goes all out in this game and, like, he really pops off, sure. But I'm worried about how some of the other players hold up. I don't know about Lep, and I don't know about Chronic in this type of game. I'm worried the lights may be a little too bright for them in this kind of game, personally. Heps beat Crazy Raccoon and SSG. Oh my god. That would be legendary. You know, I think I have a gist, though, of what I want to do. We also said that about Stage 1 Nightmare, and here we are. Fair enough. Fair enough. I do think that that core is definitely more, you know, proven with upsets than SSG, excuse me. Because, like, that core beat Crazy Raccoon, and they almost beat Falcons. And I mean, what's SSG done? I mean, they've gotten creamed by Crazy Raccoon, I think, before, and what? They lost to Weibo. SSG are a very competitive team, I will give them that. But I don't know how I feel about them. They are a whole new team. But I think they have pieces that severely hold them back. Unlike the GK Nightmare core, where they just feel like a very balanced team to me. I don't know how I feel about a SSG upset over Crazy Raccoon. I don't know if I see it. I think too many things have to go SSG's way. I know Raccoons have gotten upset twice already, but, like, it happening a third time? I don't know. Like, they've got to know that this is such an important tournament, right? Like, I don't know. Unless they're really, really bad at this meta. I heard SSG weren't doing that good in scrims either, so that's another thing. For what it's worth, I guess, if you put any stock into that. I mean, like, if SSG did beat Crazy Raccoon, that would be pretty insane. They're also not a scrim team. Yeah, they probably play better on stage. I foresee them, like, doing a... If they were to upset someone, it'd be more like against a Weibo, I think. I think they have a much better chance of upsetting them than Crazy Raccoon. How long do you guys think it'll take the first match? Because it starts at 4 a.m. where I leave and I can get an extra hour better. I think a lot of these games are probably going to go quick. I think the only one that's going to take take a while, or like, you know, at least go the distance, is Katsuya GK. It's the only one. But man, like, if things go SSG's way, if like Hawk dominates on like Diva Zarya, and then like Sugar Free goes crazy and like Chronic steps up to the plate, then maybe Crazy Raccoon just get boomed. Bro, if they lose to SSG, they're not winning the finals, are they? Oh, you meant how long will the game start because the intro is always long? Well, the estimated time is 6 a.m. Eastern, so I'd venture to say like no more than like 10 minutes after that. 10 to 15 minutes. That'd be my guess. The intro will probably start before this listed time, so. The Team CC disrespect is unreal. Oh no, in my actual bracket, I have them beating Weibo. Because I thought it would be awesome if CC beat Weibo. Yeah, no, I think I got it though, chat. Unless like some groundbreaking information comes out within the next day, I think I like this lineup how it is. Hawkshy, Proud, CJ, Funny, Astro. I'll probably lock that in at some point tomorrow night. And the Weibo disrespect is unreal, you can't win. Yeah, that's true. But I'd rather disrespect Weibo because I think it'd be awesome for CC to win a game. Yeah, there's so many possibilities, like, none of us can, like, truly 100% predict the future, so. I don't know, chat, I don't know. There's so many, like, if this happens, then, bro, like, if. Honestly, for fantasy, we'd probably want Falcons or Crazy Raccoon to lose. Like, if one of them actually lost their game, that would be amazing for fantasy. Can you imagine, like, the investors, like the Crazy Raccoon Falcons early investors who just did it for the memes? They'd be swimming in gold. Because, like, hypothetically, if SSG were to win, that puts Crazy Raccoon down here, bro. They're about to go on the run of the century. Like, they're gonna, like, smoke. Oh my god, bro. Yo, wait a second. Oh my god. If Crazy Raccoon lose to SSG, and then they have to play Twisted right here, they might be cooked. Can you imagine they lose in round 3 of the lower? Oh my god. That'd probably be the biggest flop ever. Or like, at least since like, what, 2023 Atlanta Reign or something like that? Like, that would be a crazy letdown. They better hope they don't lose to SSG. Or like, just imagine if like, Falcons play the worst game of their lives. Like, it's not gonna happen. But like, imagine they play Peps. Bro. Can you imagine they play Peps here? Can you imagine they play Peps, and then T1 have to play them? Yo. I'm just playing the if card like you, Phantom. That's all. I'm just saying. Like, these are all just hypotheticals. Like, I'm just saying, imagine how funny that would be. Like, poor T1. Like, they run into Twisted, who are a hard opponent for them. Then they freaking, oh my god, dude. Can you imagine T1 losing round 2 because Falcons messed around and lost for no reason? Yo. That'd be so funny. They just get 3-0'd and then they're done there. And then Falcons just keep on giving the smoke to, like, whoever comes their way, right? Bro, imagine if, bro. Imagine if, like, the West just goes crazy, both Korean powerhouses play, and then they play in round 3. They get one matchup, and then one of them gets eliminated here. Imagine the madness. Korea would do so bad in this bracket. Yo. Can you imagine 2/3 of Korea are out by the 3rd round? That'd be hilarious. Now, of course, none of that is actually going to happen, but it's fun to think about the what-ifs. Why Twisted Minds over T1? I think Twisted Minds are a significantly better team than T1, personally. I think T1 are very overrated, personally. Plus, this meta is just way better for Twisted. They're a lot more proven on land. They've already beaten them once. I just think they're a better team. Right before I joined the group, I said that if Twisted Minds play Hottie, they lose to Gen G, and everyone called me crazy, and I was spot on correct. Yeah, Phantom, we get it. You're right. Congrats. For SSG to have a chance against Crazy Raccoon, 2 things need to happen. First, they have to be overconfident, like with Nightmare. Second, Chronic needs to pop off. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, chat, I think I've got my game plan. I think I have come to my conclusion. I feel at least somewhat okay about my fantasy situation. We're going to roll with these guys for day 1. Hawk, Shy, Proud, CJ, Funny, Astro. And then we'll see what happens on day 2. And then we'll make the changes. Or, I need to change the phase because I keep saying day like an idiot. Phase 2. Phase 1. Yeah, I think we got it, chat. I think that's what I feel the best about. I don't feel good about any particular lineup. There's going to be a risk no matter what the play is, but I think that's what I'm going to go with. That was like a good, almost 4-hour brainstorming. That's what we're going to go with, and we're going to see what happens in these playoffs. Anything could happen. Yeah, it's getting late. It's almost 12 already. I'm kind of tired. I've been doing a lot of work today. I really wanted to do this stream, but yeah, I think I'm gonna call it, chat. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. How do you end up with 106 in phase 2? You get an additional 6 points for phase 2. You get 6 on top of what you got from the start. You know, if they didn't do that, a lot of people would... Actually, everyone would be screwed if they didn't do that. Yeah, I mean, unless I have a last-second change of heart, I've got my team ready to go for Stockholm. You regret not going with Willis, mark my words. We shall see. Thank you guys, though, for guiding me through this. I think all of you helped me kind of see the light on players that I definitely should have and or avoid. Thank you guys for the advice. I wish you good luck if you're participating in fantasy. I am going to stream Stockholm, by the way. I will be up and ready for those games, so stay tuned. Have a good night, chat.